Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to host Lancy and Stephanie while they go over this digital declutter that I believe was like Lancy's brainchild. And I was so inspired by it that I wanted to hop on and introduce her to you all and this great resource that she has created with the help of Stephanie. And I got to participate in a little bit of it too, which was really fun. And so I wanted to introduce to you these two great individuals and educators. So thanks for jumping on, and thank you so much for creating this resource, Lancy, and like sharing it out to the world. This digital declutter, and
Absolutely.
so this idea that we can start our new year kind of fresh and refocused. I know it's really popular for teachers at the end of the year to throw out like their favorite tech resources of 2023. We've seen a lot of that, but I'm like really inspired to I was just trying to get through 2023 here at the end. And so I'm very excited to stop and refresh myself for January. And thank you, Stephanie, for bringing the two of us together and taking what Lancy started with this great resource and making it even better with some videos and stuff that we'll get into. So if you want to, Lancy, kind of drop us into what you've created and what this digital declutter is and kind of what inspired you to make it.
Absolutely. So one of the things that my teachers really struggled with was just how to find stuff, how to use things effectively. And when I started this, it was a professional learning opportunity, and it was just called Digital Declutter. And I would start with a couple things like Google Drive, and they were floored at how you could organize it. So then I started creating the 30 days to digital declutter. And the idea is each day, just take a couple minutes, focus on one thing, and then eventually, hopefully, it will become habit. And there you go.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny that you say that, because when I first started in my tech coach role, I was wanting to do organize your Google Drive or organize your Gmail. And I was like, I don't think this is going to get approved because, it doesn't have anything to do with curriculum. But it really does help teachers' workflow. And so I put in the session, and I think there was over 100 staff. It was they could choose. It got accepted. I was like, oh my gosh. But then I didn't realize the need for digital declutter. And so when you posted this idea on the gold group, I reached out to you and I was like, okay, can we do this together as a community? Because I need to digital declutter. I'm sure other people need to digital declutter, and let's do it as a community, and let's also scaffold it. And I loved how you had it on your board with every single day, which we're going to get a look into what this is going to look like for you. But again, I just want to thank you for this idea, because at first, when I remember first starting, I was like, I can't do this as a PD, but you can. Your teachers need it. It will improve their workflow, their productivity. You can do it.
Absolutely. And that's what everyone says. They need time, right?
Mhm.
So hopefully in the long run, if you can make your digital life decluttered or more efficient, that will give you time. So for sure.
Yeah. So the first thing is, what are you guys when it comes to cleaning?
Go ahead, Lancy.
I was just going to say, I'm definitely I want to be the super clean Monica, but I have things on the left. I have everything stuffed in the closet. You're not supposed to see that. Oh my God. That's when I only clean when friends come over. It's chaos with kids and digital declutter. Oh, I keep things organized on the outside, but if you open up some folders in my Google Drive, they go very deep and yikes. So yeah, I'm definitely Monica on the left there.
Yeah, I am probably the right, but maybe more hidden. Maybe that's my upstairs and my entryway where someone might knock on my door and come into my house is it's a facade. It's my front room is a room where there are no toys, nothing allowed. It's clean, and then everything else is a mess, but I can tell you exactly where everything is, but no one else could. And I feel like that's kind of my digital life is that I know I can sift through my 1,000 unread emails, and I know that I haven't missed one that's that's not important, but it gives everyone else anxiety. Like my friends and I have a joke like, open up your phone, Erin. Let's see how many unread emails. How do you have 152 unread text messages?
Oh my gosh, that's stressful.
I am that person for sure, and I just like am able to fake it in some spaces that I'm not. So I am definitely with Phoebe there.
So I am probably Monica right here with vacuum. Until like you dive deep, deep, deep into my folders. Like my first folder is very organized, but if you go into a subfolder within that folder, it's a hot mess. Like, right? Like it's deep down there. I have hubs for hubs. And I love being organized. I love clean, like I love being clean and stuff. But again, I do have those hidden folders within my drive that kind of, I don't want anyone to see. So they're hyperlinked somewhere, right? Like I'm hiding it, but if you dive really deep into my Google Drive, it's a hot mess. Yeah. So think about what are you? What are you when it comes to your digital declutter? Where do you sit on this kind of 3-image scale? Are you super clean, kinda, or a hot mess? And this challenge, what I love about it is it's for anybody. It's for if you are that super clean person, you get to like kind of enjoy 5 minutes of your life to just get even more cleaner. Where if you are this person, we might just pick up a pile.
Yeah, and that's really what inspired me, like, and helped me to like gravitate towards this resource, because it's so chunked that I don't have to feel bad about myself or get too overwhelmed. I can be like, which one do I care about here? And this resource allows you to go through a month's worth of like digital declutter, or I can just pick a couple that like, this is my goal. This is where I feel like it's impacting my productivity and impacting my day to day. And so this is where I want to focus rather than feeling like I have to do it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is what it looks like. Lancy, you want to give us a run on how you organize this and the challenge?
Sure. Absolutely. So what I did was, I have the 30 days, I have 6 by 5. And really you can skip a day. Nobody's going to know. But we have on the left is the digital version and on the right is the printer friendly version, because I have a lot of teachers who just prefer paper, as do I, but there might be something like you can see there are subtitles. So we worked with Gmail, we worked with Google Drive, your Chrome browser, all of those things. And each one, if you're unsure on how to do it, has a video attached. So if you don't know, you have the printable version, it's hanging up, and you're like, I don't really know how to do that. You can scan that QR code and it will take you right to the digital version where the links for the videos are, which is super helpful, because sometimes you don't need to watch a video for something. Sometimes you just need that reminder on paper to say, oh, I know how to unsubscribe to emails. I'm going to take a couple minutes right now and just unsubscribe to a few of them. And boom, you're done for the day. So that's where it came from. There are review sections on each. The review kind of goes back and looks at what you've already done. And, I'm a teacher, so it's helping you go back, do it again. I'm not going to learn unless I do it a couple times. So that was the thought behind all of that.
Yeah, and I love how it's like color coded. So again, for me, I know like I'm not going to worry about, my calendar necessarily, but I do want to work it on my on my email. And we'll just repeat the same goals each January. But I know like that's where I want to focus. And so can you guys explain kind of like how you're going to unwrap this for teachers starting in January?
Yeah, so you can have this digital version ready to go where you can go through at your own pace. Or if you're like us and you're like, I need a community of people keeping me accountable. And again, it is okay to skip a day, even though my personality has a really hard time with that. But it is okay. And you can even print this one off. If you're a checklist person or a highlighter, you can highlight that you did those different tasks as well. So where you're going to be able to find this information is on the Gold EDU Twitter X page. And so we're going to post every single day a tweet about whatever the task is for that day. I'm also going to send out an email. So if you want an email reminder of, okay, what am I supposed to be doing today? That will be sent out through the Gold EDU group, where it's going to have kind of what the tweet says and a video link. Again, you might not need the video. You might be like, oh, I know how to do that. Just get that task done as quickly or as slowly as you need to. You might even want to set a timer just to say, okay, 5 minutes, I'm going to do this task, and then check it off your list.
Absolutely. I love it. And there are some things in there that you may not use. For example, my district uses ParentSquare as a communication. And I just want to say that if that's not something that you use, go back and focus on something you do. So go back and unsubscribe to 5 more emails or move more folders out of your Google Drive. It's just so good, like Stephanie said, to have that reminder every day and say, like, okay, this is what I need to do. So yes, even if it's not something you use, definitely go back to something you do.
Yeah, and you guys are my accountability team as well as the rest of social media now. Like I've put my face to this. I'm going to be held accountable. I will retweet what great things I have cleaned, even if it's just for a month. So I'm excited to have this community to try and keep me accountable. And I think, like, as these are pushed out each day, if you know your school or your PLCs are active in social media or part of Gold EDU, bring them into this so that you have those accountability people like in close proximity to you as well. So I'm very excited about this, and I can't wait for us to kick this off and start January with these little tidbits to get us all going in the new year. So thank you, Lancy, for this creation, and Stephanie for bringing this to the larger community.
Yes, yes.
Thank you both. Yes.
And again, we can't wait to see what you clean on your social media. So tweet out because I would love to see it and cheer you on.
Yeah, it's inspiring for us as well.
Yeah, to a clean January.
Yes.
Woohoo!